And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to PTM Racing TV, where we're now live here tonight at We Sports Speedway, where we're going to see Pedal to Metal Racing League action in the dirt as they take the dirt stocks down here onto this very tight configured style of the D-shaped track known as We Sports Speedway. Hi again, everyone. I am Christian Crusader Driver, and welcome back to the show. As always, we're getting settled down here tonight for some dirt track and action, as well as the big one coming up tonight as well with the Daytona 300 from RTC Race Tech Coatings iRacing League. But first, a little dirt action popping your way here. We'll start him up on the pole. We'll go with the 00, the Derek Pope. The outside of him will be the 12 of Kenneth Crawford. Row number 2, it's going to be Chantel Throttle Bottle. The number 5 to her outside, that's going to be Joshua Godinez in 74. Row number 3, it's going to be Eric Gann. The 51 is outside. Nick Kern, the 69. Race fans, it's time to start kicking up the motors and start kicking up the speeds. We're ready to go race in action here tonight. Popping up our Tower of Doom and get it all settled away. We have 8 laps here in our heats. 2 heats to be exact here, which will lead into a 40-lap main event. Here we go. The field will work their way around out of turn 3 into 4. This time by pace truck comes off the track. It's time to kick this thing up a notch here. They lead him off around the front straightaway here. Green flag pops on up and we are racing. Right out of the gate, Eric Pope will go swinging it up high side. 3 wide slew right behind the field here as the pack starts to come into a full-fledged attack. Chantel Puddle trying to hold the middle line there while you see the 69 Nick Kern going to the extreme bottom end. And you can just see how tight this track is already. More trouble there for Joshua Godinez and the 74. Godinez getting a big lick and a half there from the 5 and nowhere to go for either one of them. Eric Gann runs off in the 51 away from that 3 wide salute there. Nick Kern and Kenneth Crawford passing each other on as the New Holland boys keep working their way through the fields and the track. It is the 51 MR Customs. Eric Gann now looking to take down the 69 there of old Nick Kern, as Derek Pope commands the strip and commands the lead to start this one off. Onboard camera here right now with Mr. Nick Kern. You can just see him charging away there with the MR Customs 51 right there on the outside of him. Trying to see if he can get some run off there, but you can see the way that track slicks up and breaks down. A lot of folks try to get into that slick and give a run off, but the problem with Wii Sport is it's so slick and tight to really master around here. One wrong move and it could be game over when you least expect it. Pope now with the race lead here, getting a good run down, but you can see Gann just sneaking his way in ever so slightly as the Chevrolet has got a full throttle assault coming his way in the inside corner here. Laps wind down. Pope is in trouble, losing the lead in the heats. Derek Pope trying to hang on, trying to keep Gann away from leading this one down, but you can see him drift up just a little too high up. Gann's going to make him pay for that here. Pope trying to get the turn in. It will not corner off, but Gann makes a bubble there as well out of turn 4. Opens the door back to the 00. It's a 3-car battle for the race lead. Kern now sneaking his way back onto the pack. He looks to try to take them all down. They have 2 remaining now. This time by we go to a white flag here, and it's Gann. Eric Gann looking to try and win this one out. He hasn't been to victory lane in some time, and he fell tonight. He's got a season defending championship to defend. He's trying to prove to the boys he can still do it. Kern trying to fight it out with Pope and try to show he can come out here and have some fun as well. On the outside of him, it'll be a drag race between them both as Gann wins this heat, and it'll go to Kern holding down Pope. Pope falls away 3rd. 4th goes to Kenneth Crawford. 5th to Joshua Godinez. 6th will be Chantel the Throttle Bottle rounding out heat number 1. Here is the results now for heat number 1 popping up on your screen here. Your race results now presented by PTM Racing TV. Eric Gann will win this one. 2nd going to Nick Kern. 3rd to Derek Pope. 4th to Ken Crawford. 5th to Joshua Godinez. While Chantel Pottle rounds out your 6th place position. Now leading into heat number 2. Running on the grid. Get them set on the field. It's go time here for our drivers. On the pole, we're going to see Davin Markham in the 43 lined up on the front stretch, and his outside that will be the 2 of Brian Stang. Row number 2, it's going to be the number 9 of AJ Hall, and then his outside, that'll be the 84 of Matthew Hoffert. Final starter, the Crusader Shriver in the 14. So race fans, you start tuning in for the first time tonight here. We have already completed heat number 1. Heat number 2 is coming your way here. Wheat Sport for the Pedal to Metal Racing League Dirt Series. They run the variety of series here, from the dirt to the asphalt to the plains and everything and above. But here in the dirt, it can get a little tricky, a little chaotic around here. We've seen that before. And it looks like Markham will not make the call. Engine trouble is backfiring on him here. So looks like we'll only have a 4-car field, and that gotta help Brian Stang a little bit in his mind, knowing he can get back into that race lead for the league season championship. The next time we see these drivers, I believe, will be down at Williams Grove Speedway, which track we have not been to in a while, and I've been told by some drivers they're very excited and a little nervous because that is one of, if not the toughest tracks on the iRacing schedule for a multitude of reasons. But if you don't know, we'll find out about that in the coming weeks here. Field marching their way around the track now. You can see everyone getting ready to go. The 9 of AJ Hall will be your new front man to lead this one off, as the Napa Auto Parts number 9 will try to defend off the Metal Militia Rockstar Energy number 2 of old Brian Stang. As the Crusader Shriver will rock its Fox Racing 14 there right beside old Matthew Hofford in his 84 Deluxe car. Spy GoPro Camaro, as I might want to refer to it as. Looking to take them on to a fight here. They will march their way off around out of turn 4, and this time by we send it back to the green flag. Off the charts, back to the field, and the green flags were underway. Side by side out of the corner immediately, Brian Stang getting a good run off on the wall, gets a little run down into the field here, marching his way back to the field. The 14 of Shriver trying to already make a move off on the number 9. The 9 of AJ Hall trying to hold his line down as Hofford looks from beyond, trying to keep himself out of trouble at the moment. Just kind of watch each other's go at it from the back. Track did not get cleaned up at all, but the speeds certainly feel like they got a little faster out there, depending on where you're at. AJ Hall up high side, high wide, gives a major opening, and now the 14 of Crusader will make him pay for that. Jamming that right front literally into the dirt and just making her eat with the best of them. Stang knows who's coming right behind him, and he's trying to hold him off. These two are at a fever pitch war for the season title in the holder right now. Markham leading him in. So you got 3 guys that could easily take this one in and finish this season out, depending on how it goes. But AJ Hall, well, he's never one to give up on a fight. He's not one to give up on anything here. He wants to try and show he can race with the best of them. Working that wheel around, you can see him kind of slowing up slightly, having some troubles down there. And it just shows you how tough it is to turn on this track and how it is to turn on these courses. This kind of tracking and banking, you would think it'd be pretty easy to swing it right and swing it left. Well, actually, turn 1 and 2, it's kind of a slingshot maneuver, whereas turn 3 and 4, it's the complete opposite. It's almost like you're trying to drive Darlington. It's the best way I've always been told to control it. You see with Stang what he's doing, he's pretty much going up high and then bringing it back down a little quickly and getting the car to steer into the right. And that's allowing him to build up a lot of speed and a lot of momentum with only 2 laps to go. He's pretty much all but got this one secured in if he can hang on. Driver trying to pretty much copy exactly what the 2 of Stang is doing here, trying to make it work on that line as the white flag pops on out for all of them. Brian Stang feels like he's owed a comeuppance and owed a few more this season. He wants to win the season championship, but in order to do so, he'll have to fight it out, the best of them, and take them all down. Out of turn 4, he'll secure a win. Checkered flags for the 2 in heat number 2. Second going to the Crusader Shriver, third AJ Hall and Matthew Hoffert, a respectable 4th, rounding out your heats as we now send it down to the A main event now. A main event coming your way in just a brief moment. Here is your race results though for heat number 2. Popping up on your screen, Brian Stang will win this one. Second to Crusader Shriver. Third to AJ Hall. Fourth to Matthew Hofford. Davin Markham not making the call, but we are getting told he will run in the A main event. So expect him here in just a little bit. As we let the drivers get a little bit of some practice laps down on the track, we're going to go ahead and sing it on back into for the A main event. getting everyone settled up here, getting ready to field this one down. This looks to be a hot-headed field here, a star lineup in the making here. We'll see which of these drivers can claim and take victory here as we get ready to go here now on to the show. Drivers are prepared and they're ready for this one. They've been waiting for this to come by for quite some time. Race fans, this is it. It is time to initiate your A main event. On the pole, it'll be Eric, and in the 51 is outside Brian Stang in the number 2. Row number 2, it's going to be the 69 Nick Kern is outside Crusader Shriver, the 14. Row number 3, that'll be the 00 Derek Pope is outside AJ Hall, the number 9. Row 4, it'll be Ken Crawford in the 12 is outside Matthew Hoffer at the 84. Row number 5 is Davin Markham in the 43 is outside Joshua Godinez in the 74, and then Chantel Bottle in 11th. We'll round out your field. Here we go, race fans. It's time for the A main event at Wheat Sport. We march their way down on a turn 4, this time by green flies. We are out and about. Let's go racing. Here we go off the start here for the A main event. Every driver for themselves here as Gann tries to fight it out immediately with Stang. The Crusaders driver looking to try to get around both of them somehow, some way. There's not a lot of openings around. There's Chantel Bottle getting a little love tap yet again there, unfortunately, to old Joshua Godinez. And Godinez managing to get away around that one pretty quickly here. Ken Crawford getting a little bump there from Markham. Markham trying to get up to the field. He did not run in the heats and did not even get any qualifying in or any practice. So all this is pretty much just fight for your life and fight for your fame. Trying to hold down this field, trying to hold down the track here. The 14, a Crusader, trouble there for the 14. He's lost him. Momentum lost. Coming around the corners out of turn 4. It's going to be Gann and Stang still fighting back and forth with one another. Neither one of these drivers going to give an inch. Every driver for themselves around here. That's how you play it out. That's how you fight around these parks. Out of turn 4 here, the 5 Chantel Bottle now looking to try to keep some momentum alive after her war. She went down there last time out on their show. It was back with the Fast and Fun Champion Power Equipment SummerSlam Series, where we would see her absolutely tear down the house and even hold off Grant Enfinger back at South Boston, the Super Late models. Tonight, though, she has to trade in her asphalt tires for some dirt tires. And she's currently working everything she can around here, trying to hold it down with the field. Derek Pope gonna have a little bit of company beside him here. The Crusader driver trying to fight his way back up to the front, despite that little bobble he had in turn 2. While Gann and Stang still fight it out amongst each other, no one is giving an inch or giving any chances up here. Oh, as I say that, a little bit of trouble down there. We got problems. 2-car pile-up 3's in the ball. And we've got ourselves a caution. Big pile up there coming around turn 1 and 2. You can just see how tight it is around that corner. How tough it is to master and much less get out of. Take a look at it from another angle here. Looks like Markham just barely drove it up and kind of got to the 5 there. Chantel Bottle and the 74 Godinez. Extremely hard on the run and momentum there, but I don't think that's what he ended up meant to do there at all. That's just kind of how it plays out sometimes, though. So we're going to go ahead and get these cars refired, relined, restacked, re-racked, and all that, and put these guys back on the attack. Field will have to march their way around, currently get everybody out of pit road, get things cleared up. The laps will continue to bolster down, kind of slow up the pace slightly here. As Brian Stang in the number 2, trying to put the Dirt Devil 2 into victory lane once more. Hasn't done it in a little bit of time or two. Kathy Crawford coming on board here tonight. Say hashtag Team Moldy. Field will work their way around out of turn 2, and this next time by out of 3 and 4, race fans, we send it back through the dirt to the straightaway of Wheat Sport. This D-shaped configuration track has played host to many greats in the big blocks and the small block modifieds, and even laid claim to some serious races and runs in the old sprint cars. But tonight the dirt stocks take the show and take to the action. Here we go, back on the track here, back into the momentum, and Moldy are getting a little bit of trouble, and Markham getting smacked in depth into between. Markham getting a big whack there, unfortunately, and caution flies out again. We're under caution, under caution. Take a look at this one. Let's take a look at this here. As it came around that corner, you could just see this time around the shoe was on the other foot, unfortunately. Everyone just kind of trying to avoid and get out of that mess, and ended up not going the same way they were hoping for. But that just goes to show you just how tough turn 1 and 2 really is when you're trying to work your way around. Markham, you can see him trying to sneak his way into the corner. Everyone going 3 wide. 5 gets pushed down by the 12, and man, I've got to believe we may see a few times where that little inside corner may be trouble for some of these drivers. And unfortunately gets Mr. Markham here, the season championship points leader right now, in a little bit of trouble trying to hang in there with the field and trying to hang in with this crew. We'll see if he can get it going again and refire him back up. Driver's looking to get this one settled away, back to the fight. Pace truck, I should say, is determined to go out this time by, which means this next go around they will be back to green flag racing. Marching their way around out of turn 3 into 4. Coming back to the green. Yes, we do. Look at this now, the 14 actually, or Crusader actually kind of move his way into the field here. Derek Poe getting into it with the kick, 69 Nick Kern literally getting on the top of the wall in the barriers and managed to get refired. Oh, and Pope gets a little tag there from the 5 of Chantel. Caution, lights fly back on out, and this track right now is just eating drivers up left and right, to say the least. Well, take a look at this one, see what the heck happened here. This one was a bit of a mess here, unfortunately. Look, it's nearly a 3 wide slope going into the corner, and that's not something you do around at turn 1 and 3 and 4, by the way. Just a little slight drift up there. The 5 trying to back it off, back it down, not spin the Pope, but the Pope does not find and trust to the Lord of Speed. The Lord of Speed says he must continue with the slide, and unfortunately could not get out of it. So the field will march their way back around now, getting settled back in as we are under that caution flag here. And I think we are ready to get back to the action now. String them back around out of turn 3 into 4, and this time it's time to go back racing, folks. Here we go. Gannon and Stang still battling back and forth with one another here, neither of those giving an inch, while the rest of the field tries to mark their way back in. Stang literally up close and personal with Gann there. I don't know, the MR Customs 51 appreciated being that close right out of that corner, especially with a kind of a track like this, but that's pretty much what you gotta get used to around here. You gotta watch out for guys sliding up into you and trying to move on around from you. Yeah, you can just see completely working that wheel in, just charging hard to get it into the field position. Driver in the 14 looking to try to make a move off of both of them. He sees major openings and contentions being had. Nick Kern, the 69, back on out. Unfortunately, has a lap down due to his little circumstances there. Matthew Hart for the 84, trying to pull it ahead with those Spike Grove Grove. 5 of Chantel Pot looking to try to take him down on that one here, while Davin Markham, the heavy hitter here, trying to charge his way back up for a season point take. 74, Joshua Godinez right in the mix of it. He is running in 4th. Again with a slight bobble, giving the opening up to the Crusader. Now Shriver trying to hunt down the number 2. Again with a bobble out turn 4 yet again, and he can't seem to get that line figured out on that spot. That cost him a lot of time there, cost him a lot of momentum. Just see how slick up the track is getting, how bad it's starting to get harder on the track. It's going to start really building more speed, but it's going to get very tricky on holding your line down there. You really got to watch every angle and every spot, making sure that everything holds up. Steve McDonald saying go Chantel in our chat tonight. A little bit of a fan base going for old Team Moldy and the Throttle camp right now. The Pottles right now currently having a little bit of love, and unfortunately Derek Pope not feeling the same kind of love. Gets it slightly loose there, and Nick Kern and him both getting involved in that one, and Pope getting off the track. He goes into pit road and letting the drivers just run it out. And look at this now, back in the front here. Here we go, battle for the race lead. Stang is opening the door up for the 14. Shriver trying to make his move around. He lost a little bit of ground there coming out of that corner. He couldn't build the speed in. This is where being a madman and just plowing that motor to the floorboards usually works out well for dirt. The throttle rhythm is key here. You need to get those RPMs high, and you need to keep them going if you want to keep ahead of these folks. Brian Stang, you can see, trying to hold a little bit of a lower line there while the 14 tries to hold the upper side. No real way of knowing which is going to be the better line. It's just hunt and peck and go for the best. That's exactly what they're doing here, trying to hang in it. Joshua Godinez now falling back a couple more spots. It's Davin Markham and Eric Gann going to go at it. Markham looking like he's got a little bit of a run there, coming on the inside. Gann can't hold him off there, unfortunately loses it in the turn. 14 gets a little loose, getting here in the middle of the wall. He's going through another wall as well. Oh, he ends up on his roof, upside down into the corner of the inside shot. Shriver is out. He had to get into pit road. He's getting towed right now, trying to get out of there. Fans can't believe it. They're literally stunned. Markham is now taking over second place as well. Again, losing another spot to the points leader, and staying with a huge lead. About second and 8th ahead of Davin Markham's. Pretty much got this one locked up. He just needs to put the laps in. AJ Hall, the number 9 Apple Auto Parts, trying to hold it in, trying to fight it out with Godinez. Godinez last season was your runner-up for his first season racing style. He managed to come away with a second place finale, only falling short to the man that is in front of him, and old Eric Gann. Gann managing to win a race that season, which was pretty much what helped him get the points win. Godinez told me earlier today he will not hesitate to put a full throttle assault on any track if it means giving him a chance to win, but he will not run dirty. He'll run clean. He'll keep it good and keep it clear. That's exactly what he's been doing all day long, but he has yet to win on the show here this season. Markham, Stang, each have a victory to their name, and each having a big battle and a half to their shots. Derek Pope even has considered even being in that top spot as well, but unfortunately for tonight, Pope and him, as well as Crawford, Shriver, and Kern, laps down, are just simply in trouble. And it looks like the 14 finally gets that car out on the track here, but you can tell the damage is already done. He's lost too many laps. Gann trying to stay in there with Godinez. Godinez trying to give him one last run, maybe think about it. 3 to go. Last season's feature champion, season champion, call it what you will. Doing everything he can to hold off Godinez. Godinez is just pounding the throttle away. 2 remain. Green flag high in the air. Next time by, we trade that in with a white flag, and you can see Markham right now literally almost kind of having to think the wall, literally like his home sanctuary, to build any kind of speed to catch up there with Stang, but Stang will have the white flag pop on out this time by. Opportunity awaits. Godinez trying to strike one more time on Gann. Gann got a better turn 1 and 2 there. I don't know if it will be enough for Godinez in 3 and 4 to get, but we do know one thing. Brian Stang can finally return to victory lane in peace and harmony. He wins here at Weed Sports. Second going to Davin Markham. Third to Eric Gann. Fourth to Joshua Godinez and AJ Hall. A top 5 for him. What a race. Wild moments in between. as the rest of the field comes across the finish line here. Some heartbreaks and some stunning developments, but nevertheless, Brian Stang is your race winner here tonight at Wheatsport. He is already, just track, he's already going to have a little fun with the boys out there. He's happy about that one. I can't say I can't blame him. So Brian Stang wins it here. We're going to take a look at our feature results now, popping up on your screen. Here is the final results popping up now. It is Brian Stang, your race winner. Devin Markham, a close battle to second, fought his way to the end. Third going to Eric Gann, fourth to Joshua Godinez, fifth to AJ Hall. Good showing from him. Matthew Hoffert, former season champion, still hanging in with the best of them. Seventh to Chantel Throttle Pottle. Eighth to Nick Kern, ninth to the Crusader Striver, maybe the biggest upset of the night. 10th to Ken Crawford and Derek Pope. Unfortunately falling out of the race here to his little spin around, costing him a chance at fighting it out with the best of them. But nevertheless, race fans, what a day and what a race. And the thing is, we're not even done yet. We still have a second race to go. But we want to make sure we get everyone taken care of here. So here is your third, second place, and first place drivers. Eric Gann, your third place man. Second going to Davin Markham, continually adding on to his race point lead. May have a golden opportunity to keep that in his mind and in his playbook. And then, of course, first going to Brian Stang to round out our field here tonight. What a night, what a race it has been, race fans. And thank you again for all that have tuned in on our show. We appreciate you guys again. From all of us here at PTM Race TV, if you're signing out tonight, we appreciate you coming on by. But don't forget, RTC Daytona 300 is up next, just a couple hours away. You don't want to miss the return of RTC. But for now, be safe. God bless. Take care. I love you guys. I'll see you here in just a little while.